Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Greg here today, bringing you guys a Call of Duty Modern Warfare gameplay commentary. What you guys will be watching in the background is two gameplays today. So I have one with the FAL here, and I have another one with the SA-87. These were actually requested to me from subscribers. One of my subscribers wanted to see some FAL gameplay, and the other one wanted to see some SA-87 gameplay with the class setup they recommended to me for the SA-87. And by the way, I gotta say, it is a pretty darn good class setup. So the class setup they recommended to me for the SA-87 was the monolithic suppressor, the 12-inch barrel, the Ranger foregrip, the stippled grip tape, and the comb stock. And overall, it feels really quick. It's actually an insane weapon for getting quick time to kill. And yeah, so basically, I'm going to start doing this where I just take your guys' suggestions on things you guys want to see, and I'm going to bring it to you guys. So, yes, this was a little bit delayed. There was just a little bit of things going on, stuff like that. By the way, I'm shooting down a UAV because I use hardline when I play Team Deathmatch. But yeah, so things were going like a little bit busy past few days and stuff like that. So, but today, I decided to grind a content day. Which what I mean by that is basically just go for gameplays like all day. I played about 6 hours today, and I got some absolutely insane gameplays coming for you guys soon. And I was going to bring you guys as 35-0 FAL gameplay, but I wasn't sure if it was going to be as exciting to watch as this one, because I'm going to be honest with you guys, when I play Crash, I play very, very slow paced, and this one is just way more fast-paced than the Crash gameplay, so I just decided not to bring you guys that one, because it's basically just me sitting in 3-story, holding it down, just playing the power position the entire game. But this one I move around much more, so yeah, I'm going to bring you guys that. Now, I want to say I did play the Cold War Alpha, so I am going to go over a few thoughts on that today, since I also had a comment asking me to go over all my thoughts for the Cold War, what I think of it and stuff like that. So since I do have a PS4, I don't really play on it. I play on PC. That's where I would like to play. But I went on to my PS4, loaded it up, and I wanted to see, you know, is Cold War going to be a good game? Is it going to be a good year for Call of Duty? And if you guys want my honest opinion, I can't give it to you yet, because I really have to play the game on PC. And the reason I say this is because whenever I went to play the Modern Warfare beta on PS4 last year, I thought the game was terrible simply because the game played at like 30 FPS on a regular PS4. It's just, you know, it's not that silky smooth 165 hertz I get or whatever on or FPS I get on PC. And on top of that, you know, the regular PS4 does not get 60. I can deal with playing on 60, but a regular PS4 on these games that are almost pushing towards the next-gen consoles, they really just aren't getting the target frame rate, and, you know, it just feels really bad. And the reason I say it feels really bad, and this is just something I want to say, is I totally sympathize with you guys that are playing on a normal PS4 or a normal Xbox One. And the reason I say that is because Black Ops Cold War is going to be cross-platform, cross-generation, and I think that's kind of a problem. And I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, like, I don't want the community to be separated, but the PS4 regular and the Xbox One regular, like Day 1 edition for both, is just not powerful enough to really run the game properly. And I was having this problem where I would be shooting first and dying because the frames would drop and my fire rate would go down with the frames. That's just how it felt. I don't really know how true that is, but there is a lot of truth to that in older Call of Duty games, and I would assume they haven't changed that over the years, because they never made mention that they made it so fire rates are not capped to the frame rate. And this was another problem in Fortnite. It was a problem with builds as well as fire rate of weapons. So the lower your frame rate is, the bigger disadvantage you're at. Now, it's 60 FPS, you know, the difference from 60 to 144 isn't going to matter as much, right? It's really those low frame rates below 60 is where it really just matters. And that's just why I want to say I really do feel for you guys out there that are playing on a normal PS4, playing on an Xbox One X, and I'm worried for you guys that you're not going to be having as much fun as you might be able to, especially with skill-based matchmaking going to be in the game, and you're just going to be at a disadvantage because of your hardware. But with that being said, from what I did play, it did seem enjoyable. I mean, the gunplay was pretty similar to Modern Warfare. The gameplay, I would say it's pretty Treyarch. I would say it's kind of like Modern Warfare, because the maps were a little bit more porous, just like Modern Warfare had. Actually, I would say they were a lot bigger than some of these maps in Modern Warfare. Obviously not as big as like something like Anya Palace 10v10, but they were, I would say, bigger, and it's not bigger as in they're long, it's just they're wider, so there's a lot more flanking options, and I kind of like that. I mean, I think that, just strict 3-lane, like if we look back to Black Ops 3, and we look at maps like Combine, I never really liked Combine, even though it was fast-paced. The problem is people just sat on head glitches all game, because they would just mount up and know where you're going to be. And it's kind of how some of the maps play in this game, like Atlas Superstore, Crash, Piccadilly, all these maps in this game play this way. And, I mean, it's fun to play that way every once in a while, just go into a power position and streak up. But it doesn't create variety, especially with skill-based matchmaking being the game. I feel like there's less variety since a lot of people are just going to be fighting over the power positions. And, yeah, so I think the map design could be okay. The one map, the desert map, Satellite, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. The kill streaks in the game, they seem to be okay. I mean, there wasn't really a lot of cold-blooded going on in the lobbies I played. But the chopper gunner definitely destroys if you get a good angle on people, kind of like how the gunship is in this game. The attack chopper's alright. The war machine is busted. That thing is just insanely overpowered. The UAV is obviously in the game. There's one that's just basically like flak guns from World War II. There's a napalm strike, which isn't very good. I hope they buff it. The artillery strikes back, which is basically just a lightning strike. So there's a lot of, familiar kill streaks that are going to be coming back. And I honestly think that we do have some good diversity. I saw some of the leaked kill streaks, supposed streaks that are coming to the game. One of them being like an advanced spy plane. Another one being a possible attack dogs. It might not be a pack of dogs. It might be like Riley from COD Ghosts or Juno from Black Ops 4. But that has been rumored to be in the game, as well as some of the other specialist weapons from back in Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4, but they're going to be score streaks instead of specialist weapons. Now, the score streak system I did not really think was very bad. It just doesn't really feel rewarding. So if you guys know, or don't know, I should say, the score streak system in Black Ops Cold War is basically built in requisitions or persistence from Infinite Warfare, requisitions from World War II, and basically what that means is your kill streaks do not reset on death. Now you might be wondering, does this mean little Johnny from down the street is going to get a chopper gunner on me? And no, that's not the case. You still have to go on long kill streaks if you want to get those streaks in a game, but you're not penalized for moving around, getting kills, playing the objective if you die, because you have another shot of just going up, getting on another streak, and building up towards that next streak. So if I want to be honest with you guys, if I was maybe keeping around a 4 or 5 KD per life, I was probably getting my chopper gunner at around 25 kills, so that's not bad, right? And that's one of the highest streaks in the game. It's at 6,000 score. But some of the complaints I do have is I really feel that you don't get enough score for playing the objective. So there's really, again, even though you're not penalized for playing the objective, because if you die, you can just spawn right back in and try to build up a streak and earn those streaks again because they don't reset, like your score doesn't reset on death. But there still is the problem that you're not earning enough score, and I just feel the objective play does not feel rewarding enough as staying alive and getting an extra kill, right? Because your streak is going to give you more score as you stay alive. So I feel like there's a lot of fine-tuning that could be said, and if you guys really want to see my full thoughts on Cold War and some things I'd really like to see changed, I have a long thread I sent to Tony Flame on my Twitter, so if you guys want to follow that, I believe it's at GFHutchinson. Yeah, I know, it's kind of sad I don't know my own Twitter handle, but you guys will see that if you guys go ahead in the description below. I have it linked, and you guys will be able to see that. So basically, one of the last things I want to say is how bad is the skill-based matchmaking in the game, obviously, because skill-based matchmaking is like the hottest topic right now. Unless you're living under a rock, you might not know that, but if you are on Twitter, you'll see that people are just so upset. We have pro players reverse boosting in an alpha. Yeah, Scump tweeted out a video of him reverse boosting. I think it's just to get the developers' attention, and this is what I want. I don't want new players to be matched against me. I don't think that's fun, nor do I think it's fair for brand new players to get matched up against me who's been playing this game for over 13 years. But I think that the average player and slightly below average player should be matched up against me because they understand how to play the game, they're learning how to play the game, whatnot, they're learning how to aim, and they should be playing against better players to help themselves improve. That's one of the ways that I was able to get to where I am in pubs. I obviously I'm not a competitive player, I wouldn't even be good in competitive because simply my aim I don't think is good enough, as well as just, pubs is completely different than competitive, so I don't think I'm good enough or qualified to even speak on that behalf. But what I am saying is, basically, I feel that if you do want to improve, you have to play against people better than you, and you have to watch the kill cams and see what they're doing, and you have to try to learn from other players. You want to watch players that are better than you, you want to play against players that are better than you, and you want to play with players that are better than you, because that way you will learn. And that is where I think that this weird skill-based matchmaking system they have, which is based off your past 5 games, you're never truly getting better or truly learning how to play the game. So I just want to see it tuned back a little bit. I didn't think it was unmanageable in the alpha, but I could definitely notice it. It's honestly pretty similar to Modern Warfare system. So if you don't mind Modern Warfare system, you'll probably not mind the one in Cold War. Anyways, that's my thoughts, and I hope you guys enjoyed these gameplays that were requested, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace.